Imagine living in a quiet little town, a peaceful place with beautiful houses, forests to explore, and then one cold December night, a girl disappears. No one knows where she went. The police investigate the case, and eventually, they close it. But what if they were wrong? Now, imagine, you're the detective who has to start the entire investigation from the beginning. Where was Zoe Leonard last seen? Who saw her? What happened that night? Who is telling the truth? And who is hiding something? We have to talk to her friends, question witnesses, look for clues, and figure out who we can trust. I used to watch Death Note and think, man, I wish I could be a detective like Elle. So today, let's see if I can actually solve a case like a detective. This is an Elmwood trail, and from this point on, we're not just playing a game, we're investigating a disappearance. So let's start from the beginning and find out what really happened to Zoe Leonard. The game starts with a message from an unknown person. Adam Lane. I reply, yeah. He asks if I'm a famous detective, Adam Lane. And I'm like, famous? Sure. But who the hell are you? Before I can get proper answer, he brings up a case. Zoe Leonard's disappearance. A missing person case that the police had almost closed. So obviously, I tell him that it's a waste of time. And besides, I don't just take random cases anymore. Then he mentions something about me that he shouldn't know about. And that's when I start wondering, how's this guy know that? I tell him, you can't just blackmail me into doing this. And when he starts using my secret against me, and he replies, I'm not asking you to do anything complicated. I'm simply asking a detective to find an innocent missing girl. So, I decided to contact another detective from our company, Tim. I messaged him, hey Tim, remember the Zoe Leonard case? I think we should take another look at it. But Tim immediately refused. He told me that there was nothing left to investigate. So I asked him, since when did you become so insensitive? We're talking about a missing girl here. But Tim still refused to help. Apparently, Maxwell had told him not to work on the case. So I told him, fine, I won't force you. I'll investigate it alone. And Tim just replied, I don't even know what to say. Good luck. Yeah, not exactly the most encouraging thing to hear from another detective. And that's when I officially started looking into the disappearance of Zoe Leonard. But before I could even begin, something arrived at my desk. A package. Inside it was Zoe Leonard's student ID, a family photograph, and a case report. The report contained all the basic details of the disappearance. The date, the time, the location, everything the police had already investigated, or at least everything they thought was important. And then the unknown person messaged me again. Looks like you received the package. He told me that these were only a few pictures, but they could be extremely useful. Honestly, I still wasn't convinced. I told him, thanks, but I don't think these are going to help me much. But then he said, I've sent you something else too. And then another package arrived. This time, it contained something much more important. Zoe Leonard's phone. And the phone was still working. The screen lit up. And that's when the real investigation finally began. Episode 1, The Missing Girl. January 13th, 2023. 21 days since the night. So guys, that's it for today's investigation. Today, we found out a lot about the night Zoe disappeared. According to the police report, Zoe was going to Lily's house. But Lily says Zoe never came to her house. Instead, she says Zoe used a sleepover at her place as an excuse to go to Betty's party. But Betty's story is completely different. Betty says Zoe went to Lily's house before coming to the party. So, Lily says Betty is lying. And Betty says Lily is lying. We also found out that Zoe had an argument with her boyfriend before she disappeared, and she was apparently upset about it. So now the question is, who is actually telling the truth? And what exactly are Lily and Betty hiding? We'll find out in the next investigation.